Well, good evening. Just getting a little tea going for myself. Been doing a little bit of talking today. This is a friendly reminder that we need to be friendly, even though it's Spencer Uncensored. I don't know what it is about some of you guys. You actually enjoy when I get a little roughed up, a little rough around the edges and nasty. I'm not sure why that is, but anyway, hold on just a moment. I am making sure that my setup is over here where I can see you guys as you come in and talk to me. Glad you're here. It's another episode of Spencer Uncensored, where we discuss conversations around increasing profit, productivity, and purpose. Those are the things we're here for. All right, so we're going to get into this conversation tonight. I have been on a lot of conversations around mindset. We're going to get to that, but tonight we're going to do something a little bit. We're going to go in depth on one particular topic. I haven't done that here yet. And the reason why we're going to bring it to you guys tonight is because I have been doing a bunch of homework and research and things to continue to build out this real estate reset course. And in that process, of course, we've been learning all kinds of cool things, specifically some proven steps that you can take for each one of the mindsets. So we're gonna cover that tonight. Let me make sure I pull this up on my my iPad. It's been a good day. So, by the way, as you guys are trickling in, feel free to drop it in the comments. Where you're coming from, and let me know. Hey, do we have anything positive, great happening this past week or so? I see Dan is in the house. Good to see you, sir. Yeah. So as you guys come around, I'm going to have to start promoting this conversation because there's like 200 and something people in this group, and we're going to need to make sure that you guys know we're on live, and I would love to have the interaction. By the way, this is a lacrosse ball that I found. I didn't know they were hard rubber like this, and they make perfect for keeping your hands busy while you're having a conversation. You can't see it, but down here, maybe you can notice my arms are moving. But my hands down here, I can actually keep my hands moving, which allows me to maintain focus. I don't know the correlation between those two, that topic, but that is a definite correlation that as long as you can give a man something in his hands to move around and fiddle with, it allows for his mind to actually work. It's kind of weird. Dan says buyer referral and showing properties for her on Saturday. Wants to purchase before spring season. Cool beans. That is a good thing. Celebrate it, my friend. Yeah, so let's keep it moving. Tonight, man, Tuesdays, I basically have most of the day set up for myself to do research and do work on the course and the book. And so today was a great deal of conversation in my own head and what I've got written down around me, things that have to do with mindset, right? We have an entire module dedicated to the mindset. And I start the conversation in there realizing that for some people, it's the most important. It's the most important module in the entire program. For some people, they don't even have to do the rest of the class. They literally could just come for the mindset piece and do all the things that we teach in there, and you would have a change in your business, right? Because those are the people that are super focused on the mechanics. They know how to negotiate deals. They've done lots of transactions. They have systems in place. They know what they need to do, but for some reason they keep hitting a glass ceiling, or they're in a massive rut and they're frustrated about it and they just can't seem to find a way up. Instead, they just keep year over year doing the exact same thing. And so the mindset piece is probably the one that they're missing. So we're gonna, I'm gonna cover one topic tonight. There's five. Actually, we created an entire sheet where you can write your notes And then there's probably going to be additional pages with all these particular exercises. But before I get into the one, let me drop some background for you. Okay. Let me drop a little bit of conversation around this. Those of you that are dropping in, feel free to let us know where you're coming in from. Glad you're here. At the core of all the conversations I have as a coach, people come to me because they're looking for that competitive edge. They want to make progress. They want to do more. They want to have more. They want to be more. They want to, right? The title of this group in the Facebook group that we have is, has it in there, make more, live more, right? The idea is to make more money so we can live more. We want to progress. That's the building block at the top that's required for us to make progress and have an unshakable business, an unshakable life. And so when we were studying this, we talk about 5 building blocks, and there's positive and negative mindset around different pieces here. So let me share with you real quick the one at the top. Number 5 is progress. We want progressive movement. We want our business to move forward. Do we not? If you do, I would love to get a hell yeah or something in the comments, because that's what we're here for. Like, we're not here to get entertained, are we? You might be. It is Spencer Uncensored. Who knows what I'm going to do, right? You might be here for entertainment, but at the end of the day, you're looking to improve. You want to progress. And at the very end of this conversation, at the very top, if we're going to make progress, we have to have a specific mindset. However, I am readily met with the negative side of this mindset, and they focus on being very rigid. A rigid mindset, some people would call it a fixed mindset. Some people would, we all know this, right? They're very rules driven. And so they say things like, we've always done it this way. I never, right? That's not how we've always done it. Let me call one out. Let me give you an example in the normal world, right? Not in the business world, just in the regular world. I live in the South. And because I like guns and I'm fairly conservative in my views, and you know, all the things that come along with being Southern, I also see a lot of people that post things around gas versus EV. Because everybody here, you know, not everybody, but a lot of the dudes here are all about their diesel and gas trucks and how it's them against the EV world. It's, you know, everything's about, you know, and I'm thinking to myself, you're struggling to adapt the new technology and where this is going, folks. That's just an opinion of mine. Do I love gas-powered vehicles? Absolutely. Do I love electric vehicles? They have a lot of really cool features. I'm going to say that. I can't say that I love them, but I sure as hell I'm going to say I hate them. Right? If we're going to make progress, we're going to have to maintain some level of flexibility in our mindset. And that's what we're going to talk about tonight. Flexibility in our mindset. When you oppose or when you come across a rigid center about how things are going to move forward, you're not going to make the progress you're looking for. Right? So a new piece of technology shows up and you're looking to do possibly, you know, somebody introduces you to something new, right? For instance, in our program, in the real estate reset program, we are, one of the weekly activities is they got to do social media stories, right? Stories. These are the things that disappear in 24 hours. So that you could literally not have a very good one and it disappears in 24 hours. Nobody would ever know about it. And the level of pushback, it's something new. I just can't, right? I've never done it that way. I've always liked to be belly to belly. I never would have, you know, I'm not a good person on the phone. I'm not good on Zoom. I'm not good in video. I'm not good. I want to do, this is what I've always done. And when you stay rigid like that, you're not going to make progress. So what we need to be doing what our goals require, what progression requires, let's put it that way. What progression requires is to have a mindset of flexibility to move us forward. And so I'm going to share with you a couple of ways to cultivate flexibility. Let me power up the iPad. I got my notes here. I'm going to give you probably 8 or 9, maybe 6 at the least. So if you're taking notes tonight, here's a few things you can do to cultivate your flexibility and the mindset it takes for you to progress, make progress in your business. Y'all good for that? Here we go. Number 1, embrace new experiences. Embrace new experiences. Actively seek out new experiences and challenges. This could include like traveling to new places, could be a new hobby, or maybe it's an old hobby that you need to get back to from a long time ago, right? I had an agent that they enjoyed shooting and riding bikes, like a street bike, right? I'm thinking of another guy that is big into off-road biking, right? Whatever, right? Maybe there's always something you've always wanted to do and you never did it. Trying new hobbies or learning a new skill. Each new experience can broaden your perspective and can improve your adaptability. I can tell you that when I do my travel, one of the reasons I love doing travel is because I get to experience different cultures and different environments. The new challenges also force you to start thinking out of the box and creating some flexibility in your approach. So that's number 1, embrace new experiences. Number 2, now I have it written down as practicing mindfulness. It's basically the ability to reframe challenges and setbacks, reframing them. We talk a lot about that. Turning opposition into opportunities. That's another. Sorry, that was number 3. I jumped ahead. I was like, wait a minute, that didn't make any sense. Practicing mindfulness involves fully present in the moment without judgment. So let's back up for a second. Number 2 is practicing mindfulness. I jumped to the 3rd one. Reframing was number 3. We'll come back around to that. So number 2, practicing mindfulness. When you can look at what's going on in your life without judgment, it will radically change your ability to make adjustments. I typically refer to this as getting into the facts versus the feelings. Like, what's going on right now? What are the facts? Right? I didn't hit my numbers. I didn't want it, right? What are the facts? Look at electric vehicles. Am I falling in love with an electric vehicle? No. But the fact is that everything's going that direction. They put out more power. We just got to find a way to be able to generate the energy or the electricity for them, right? What are the facts? What are the facts about social media? So why would I want you as an agent to go out here and start doing stories? Stories and reels have a larger reach than your posts. More strangers are going to see it. That's a fact. Practice mindfulness. Look at the information without judgment. That will help cultivate a mindset of flexibility. Number 3, we've already touched on it, cognitive reframing, or basically reframing. Learn to reframe challenges and setbacks as opportunities, right? They're opportunities. It's an opportunity for me to grow. So if you did number 2, number 3 kind of comes along with it. And, I see the fact. Now I can reframe it in a way that, what else could this mean? It's a powerful question, by the way, if you ask it. What else does this mean? What could it mean? Number 4, learning, constantly learning. If you are a lifelong learner and you stay curious to new information and perspectives, it's going to allow you to create some adaptability. When markets change, People change, societies change and adjust to what's going on. If we maintain a mindset of learning, it creates flexibility because we find new perspectives. We hear other people talking about it. Which brings me to the next one. I should have numbered these. I just put bullet points. 1, 2, 3, 4. Number 5, diversify your thinking. Expose yourself to different viewpoints and ideas. When was the last time you listened to somebody that didn't have the same ideology you did? I learned more about my own personal faith, right? My spiritual faith by listening to other people's faiths. It allows you to get deeper. It creates flexibility. So, if you're going to come across and, in a real estate context, people are like, well, I'm not doing expireds. That's not for me, right? Listen to somebody talk about it and see it from their perspective. Well, I'm not doing open houses. Those are a waste of time and money. Listen to somebody who's crushing it and just see, right? What's their perspective? I'm not doing internet leads. I heard it's a 1 to 3% conversion rate. Listen to their perspective, right? Well, I heard so-and-so is dropping $30,000 a month on getting internet leads, and that's not doing anything. I don't know. I know plenty of them that are dropping $30,000 a month and making $200,000 and $300,000 a month from it. So there's that. Number 6, you can practice solving problems in a various ways, right? So maybe if you want to write down something, I have it like problem solving skills. Maybe involve things like brainstorming or looking at a problem from multiple angles or seek out unconventional solutions. One of the ways to do this is to use the Disney creativity method. If you have never heard Disney creativity and how this works, you have a pod of people who do nothing but dream. They just big what ifs, right? Just huge dreams, right? And then then they hand that idea or those ideas over to another group of people who then, if that was going to happen, here's how that would work. Here's how it would happen. Here's what has to be done to make that work, right? And then once they have that structure in place, here's let's call it the engineer, right? The engineering. They hand that over to a different group, and they're the critics. This is not possible. That's not going to work. This has to change. This has got to be different, right? For all this to work, these are the pieces. They shoot holes in it. However, it doesn't end there, because then they come back to the dreamers and hand it to the dreamers. Then the dreamers readjust the dream and then hand it back to the engineers. The engineers hand it back to the critics. The critics hand it back to the dreamers. And they go round and around until eventually they have a solid idea with a full system that cannot be crushed. No more holes can be poked in it. You can radically increase your level of flexibility if you maintain multiple perspectives to find solutions. I'll skip that one. Let's see. The last one, flexibility and routine. This is probably the one that's probably the easiest one for you to address. You guys have heard me say this before too, right? While routines are helpful, occasionally changing your routine can foster adaptability. This might mean altering your daily schedule, trying new foods, or changing your exercise routine. Not the last one. I have one more after that, but this is one that's probably the most actionable or simplistic to implement. Change up your routine. Get up at a different time. Sleep on the different side of the bed. use your other hand, or, you know, all these routine things you can change in your routine. Eat at a different time. By the way, this couples well with that other one, the first one I told you guys about, where you could change, you could go on trips and go do things that are different, new experiences. It changes your routine. So really, it's very similar to the other. The thing that you need to take away, though, is that if I wanted to increase or foster a sense of flexibility, then I probably need to look at my current routine and break it. When you break it, it changes your adaptability. You come up with different solutions. Think about like when you come back from a vacation and you've had new ideas, different ideas, right? I want to point out to you, this could be something even simple. When you go to the grocery store or when you go shopping, do you take the same route every time through the store? Have you considered going backwards, doing that different? See if you don't see anything different. Now, I know some people don't have any routines at all where that's concerned. You just go in and get what you want and go out. Maybe that's the routine we need to shake up. I don't know. At the end of the day, if you want to make progress, we cannot have a mindset of rigidity. It must have flexibility. And if you want flexibility, I just gave you some solid ways to start cultivating it, get better at it. You want to see progress? You want to follow the feedback? There's that. Another one I'll tell you is seeking feedback, meaning you actually ask people for ideas. This is where masterminds, coaches, mentors, trainers, things of that nature can help. So with that, folks, I don't have anything else. I don't see any questions, thoughts, ideas, anything you guys need. Drop them in the comments, by the way. We've been on for about 22 minutes here. I'll stick around for just a minute, see if anybody's got any questions so that I can help. That's what we're here for, by the way. Tell your friends. We're going to keep growing this. There's like 240 members right now. We're going to increase this as we go. And the real estate reset course is going to be rolled out soon. Matter of fact, you can find it right now if you wanted. If you ask me, I'll get you the link. But right now, the best thing to do is not buy the course, because it's like 3 times as much as what you would pay if you just were in the Unshakable HQ, which gives you access to all the stuff, the videos, the calls, everything we're doing, right? So, and that's just $297. $297 a month gets you in on the Unshakable platform. You're getting a text message every morning. We're getting group calls. You're going to get Wednesday Night Live. You're getting, I don't want to make this. Look, if you're thinking this might be something of interest to you, just go to spencercombs.com, schedule a call with me. Or you can go to unshakablesecrets.com. That's another way to do it. You're welcome, Dan. All right. No other questions, conversations, thoughts. Guess it's it for the night. I'd love to see you guys at the next one. Keep well, keep moving forward.